Hi, welcome to all to the CA Final Repeaters YouTube channel. In last video, we have discussed about the composition levy under the GST as per the section 10 of the CGST Act 2017. Here we understood that if the person who wanted to take a registration under the composition scheme and what are the eligibility. In the previous financial year, the aggregate turnover of that person is less than or equal to 1.5 CR or 75 lakhs or 50 lakhs as the case may be, or in current financial year, if aggregate turnover is up to 1.5 CR or 75 lakhs or 50 lakhs, whatever the case may be. After that, once he crosses the limit as specified, that is 1.5 CR or 75 lakhs or 50 lakhs, he needs to voluntarily withdraw from the composition scheme and take a regular registration. Okay, but the persons whose previous financial year aggregate turnover is less than or equals to 1.5 CR or 75 lakhs or 50 lakhs, or whose aggregate turnover is up to 1.5 CR or 75 lakhs or 50 lakhs during the current financial year, or needs to be or may opt for the composition scheme. These turnover limits are for the checking the eligibility criteria, and after he crosses the turnover limits, he may voluntarily withdraw of the composition levy and take a regular registration. And after that, next financial year, and after it increases the limits as specified, that is 1.5 CR or 75 lakhs or 50 lakhs, he is not eligible to take composition scheme in the further upcoming years. That is this one. And next we have discussed about what is meant by the aggregate turnover. Aggregate turnover means pan wise on all India basis, and a turnover that happened on a pan wise all India basis. And aggregate turnover includes taxable turnover, interstate turnover, exempt turnover, export turnover. That means export supplies, and excludes the inward supplies on which RCM we need to pay. And second one is GST. GST we will not consider for the calculation of aggregate turnover. Next thing. Notes. Some important notes regarding the aggregate turnover are: aggregate turnover includes the supplies made on behalf of the principal. That means if invoice is given in the name of the agent, then even though it includes the supplies made on behalf of the principal is included. And supply of goods by registered job worker includes in the aggregate turnover of the principal. Why? Because even though the goods are transferred from the registered job worker, the ownership is with the principal only. That's why the aggregate turnover includes those supplies too. Next, third one, outward supplies take outward supplies on which tax payable under the RCM, which included in the aggregate turnover. That means if in some cases we are the recipient on which we need to pay the RCM, that are not included in the aggregate turnover, whereas in some cases where the recipient, we are the supplier and the recipient needs to pay the RCM, in that case that turnover needs to be included in the aggregate turnover of us. Next, composition scheme. Eligible person. What are the conditions? Once the person has taken the composition scheme, if he taken the composition scheme, that is who are the eligible persons, he can purchase from the registered person, but he is not eligible to take the ITC on the input goods or input services. Next, even though he needs to pay the tax under the RCM, on that tax also he is not eligible to take the ITC. Next, and he is not eligible to collect the GST from the customers. He can issue the bill of supply, but he is not eligible to issue tax invoice. That is this. Next one, eligible persons. Eligible persons, once he is eligible person, the eligible persons are categorized into three categories. One is manufacturer, second one is trader, and third one is restaurant or catering services. Manufacturer needs to pay the GST on the aggregate turnover, that is total turnover, at the rate of 0.5% of CGST, 0.5% of SGST. Next, in case of the trader is liable to pay the GST at the rate of 0.5% of the CGST, 0.5% of the SGST only on the total turnover. What is the taxable turnover? To that portion only they need to pay the tax. Whereas in the case of the restaurant and catering services, they are needs to pay the 2.5% of the CGST, 2.5% of the SGST on total turnover, not taxable turnover. Total turnover includes the exempt turnover. Next, these the whatever the tax he is paying, he is on his own pocket. That means this is his own obligation, cannot collect from the customers. Next, some of the notes regarding the important notes regarding the MTR. MTR means manufacturer, trader, restaurant or catering services. Those vessels can provide supply of services up to 10% of the total turnover or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher. Even though they are the manufacturer, even though they are the traders, even though they are the restaurant and catering services, they can provide the supply of services up to the 10% of the whatever the turnover he is gaining from his main business, that is manufacturing, trading or restaurant services, and or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher, is eligible to take a this one, eligible to supply services. Next, while calculating the 10% or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher, we need to exclude the interest and discount in the current year. Next, payment. Payment means the composition taxable person needs to pay the tax on quarterly basis by 18th of the next month of the completion of the quarter. That is in the written name called as CMP 08. This is I think payment challan. Next, returns. Returns are needs to be filed in GSTR 4 annually by 30th of the April. Once the financial year ends. Okay. Next, and annual return needs to be filed in the form of the GSTR 9A by 31st December. Next, the composition taxable person needs to be mentioned in his bill of supply, saying that we are the composition taxable person and we are not eligible to collect the tax on supplies. Next, intimation. Whoever are interested to take the composition scheme before starting of the financial year, they are needs to be filed a CMP 02 before at least 5 days before the commencement of the year. Prior to commencement of the year, needs to be filed in CMP 02, not registered to file every year to continue under the composition scheme. Even though for first time adoption of the composition scheme, he needs to be required to file the form CMP 02, whereas for continuation of for the next years, he is not required to pay the he is not required to file the CMP 02, and the applicability of the filing of the CMP 02 is PAN wise and not state wise. Whereas payment is per state wise basis. Okay. Um, from up to this, we have discussed about the what we discussed in the earlier video, last video, and today we are going to learn about the new things in the composition scheme. That is whatever we have discussed till now is section 10 subsection 1 of the CGST Act 2017. Now we are going to learn about the section 10 subsection 2 of the CGST Act 2017. Here it states that who are the ineligible persons under section 10 subsection 1. If that means persons who are eligible, we have discussed in section 10 subsection 1, that is whose turnover is less than the 1.5 crore or 75 lakhs or 50 lakhs, whatever the case may be, or current year turnover up to the 1.5 crore, 75 lakhs or 50 lakhs, who are eligible to take the composition levy. And the section 10 subsection 2 tells about the ineligible persons under section 10(1) of the CGST Act if following conditions are met. That is 1. Manufacturer of pan masala, aerated water, ice cream and other edible oil, edible ice, tobacco, fly ash, bricks or blocks or aggregates, bricks of fossil meals, similar siliceous earth, building bricks, earthen or roofing tiles, etc. This is the first condition. That means the manufacture of pan masala, aerated water, ice creams and other edible ice, and blocks, bricks, aggregates, bricks of fossil nature, fossil meals and similar siliceous earth, and building bricks, earthen and roofing tiles are ineligible to take composition scheme. Next, second one. In interstate outward supplies of goods or services. That means taxable supplies or exempt supplies and not even branch transfers. The persons who supplies interstate outward supplies of goods or services, which means taxable supplies or exempt supplies, even branch transfers are not allowed. And that means the persons who make the interstate supplies are not eligible to go for the composition scheme. Next. Third point. Supplier of non-taxable goods. Or services plus NRTP or CTP. CTP means casual taxable person. NRTP means 1 minute will be explaining this thing. NRTP means non-resident taxable person. The persons who are non-resident taxable persons are not required to go for are not eligible to take composition scheme, and also casual taxable person is also not eligible to take the composition scheme. And supplier of non-taxable supplies or goods are also not eligible. goods or services. Fourth point, supply of supplying of goods or services through e-commerce operator who are liable to deduct TCS. Okay, last point. Fifth point is service providers except restaurant or catering services. Restaurant and catering services, and even though they are providing those are up to 10% of turnover or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher. Okay, that means service providers except the restaurant and catering services. Next, okay, we will discuss now. Tell 2 again. Section 10(2) states that ineligible persons under 10 subsection 1. 10 subsection 1 tells about the eligible persons to take the composition scheme, and 10 subsection 2 states that ineligible to take the composition scheme under section 10 subsection 1 if the following conditions are met. That is, 1. The person is a manufacturer of pan masala, aerated water, ice cream and other edible oils, tobacco, fly ash, bricks, blocks, aggregates, brick of fossil meals, similar siliceous earth, building bricks, earthen, roofing tiles. Or second condition is interstate outward supplies of goods or services, even that supplies is either taxable supplies or exempt supplies, and not even branch transfers is eligible to take the composition scheme. And next, third condition is supplier of non-taxable goods or services or L plus non-resident taxable person or casual taxable person. Next, supplies of goods or services through e-commerce operator who are liable to deduct the TCS. And fifth one is suppliers providing service providers except the restaurant and catering services, and they are providing the other than those restaurant and catering services up to the 10% of the turnover or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher, are not eligible, okay, to collect the to opt for the composition scheme. And next one is 10 subsection 2a. 10 subsection 2a, option of the registered person, option to registered person with aggregate turnover less than or equals to 50 lakhs. In the eligibility case, we have discussed that the turnover is either 1.5 crore or 75 lakhs or 50 lakhs. Now, under section 10 subsection 2a, the cases where that 50 lakhs is applicable is to be discussed. Okay, 50 lakhs in previous financial year excluding interest on discount plus ineligible who are ineligible under section 10 subsection 1 and 10 subsection 2. Sorry, in the previous discussion, yeah, even though they are ineligible under section 10 subsection 1 and 10 subsection 2, they are eligible to under the sentence subsection 2A, the specific cases, who are needs to be pay tax at the rate of 6% of turnover in state or UT, excluding interest or discount. Okay, and for this, the some of the conditions are there. First condition is not manufacturing goods or supplying services. Those are notified. Notified manufacturing of goods or goods or supply of services are not to be done. And second one is not engaged in making interstate, not engaged in making interstate outward supplies of goods or services. Second one is this, and third one is not engaged in supplying of non-taxable supplies of goods or services. Fourth condition is neither a CTP nor a NRTP. And fifth condition is not supplying goods or services through e-commerce operator who are liable to deduct the TCS. Okay, and under 10 subsection 2A, there is an option to the registered person with aggregate turnover is less than 50 lakhs in a previous financial year, excluding the interest or discount, plus eligible under section 10 subsection 1 and 10 subsection 2, can pay the tax at the rate of 6% under the composition scheme of turnover in the state or UT. For that, he needs to satisfy the following conditions. He is not a manufacturing of goods or supply of services as notified by the government. And second one is not engaged in the making of interstate supply of goods or supplies. Next, not engaged in the supplying non-taxable supplies of goods or services. Next, neither a casual taxable person nor a non-resident taxable person, and not supplying goods or services through e-commerce operator who are liable to deduct the TCS. Okay. The major portion of the composition scheme has completed now. Now we are discussing about some small topic regarding the 10.5, section 10 subsection 5, that states that proper officer has right to will say like this. One minute. Allowing or denying composition. That means PO issues. PO means proper officer issues show cause notice in the format of CMP 05, in the form of 05, and a registered person to reply in 15 days in form CMP 06. PO to issue order in 30 days of receipt of replay in the form of CMP07. After that, he may allowing or denying composition scheme. Then the denying is from the date of the option or contravention. If PO has transaction to believe that the registered person not eligible under the composition scheme, he may issue so cause notice in the form of the CMP05 to the registered person, and registered person need to replay within 15 days from the date of the receipt of the CMP05 in the form of the CMP06. After that, PO to issue the order in 30 days of the receipt of the replay in the form of CMP07, and after that he may allowing or denying a composition scheme from the date on which the date of the option, that is in the option of the registered person, proper officer, or the contravention, the date on which the contravention happens. From that date, he is not eligible to composition scheme. And if composition denied, pay different tax plus penalty. Needs to pay different tax and penalty. And provision of section 73 and 74 shall apply. Mutatis mutandis. The 73 and 74 of the GST Act tells about the interest and penalties. So here it will be applicable. And in the last session, we will discuss about the difference between the normal scheme and the composition scheme. That is one's basis, normal scheme, composition scheme. First point is levy section. Normal levy is as per the section 9 of the CGST Act. Composition levy is section 10 of the CGST Act. Second basis, GST rates. In normal scheme, GST rates are like 5%, 12%, 18%, 28%. Whereas in the composition scheme, 1%, 1%, 5%, 6%. Third basis is payment. The payment of tax is on monthly basis by 20th of next month. The payment is quarterly basis under the composition scheme on 18th of next month by 18th of next month. Fourth point relating to the return. Fourth point relating to the return. Monthly return needs to be filed in the form of GST or 3B, and annual return GST or 9. Here monthly return is not there, only return is there, that is annually we need to file the return in the form of GST or 4, and annual return is GST or 9A. GST or 9A. Okay. Next step. Fifth basis is documentation. Here, the normal scheme issues the tax invoice, whereas composition dealer issues bill of supply. Next, sixth point, ITC. Under the normal scheme, you can avail the ITC. You cannot avail the ITC under the composition scheme. And he needs to pay the full amount of the liability in cash. Hence, from this, by this, we have concluded the discussion about the composition scheme. Hope these videos are helpful. Even though you are not watching the yesterday's videos, not an issue regarding the composition scheme. Under this, we have covered the entire about that. And in short 2 minutes, we will quickly discuss about the previous things. Yeah. The composition scheme, first one is as per the section 10 of the CGST Act. Who are the eligible persons? The persons whose turnover is less than or equals to 1.5 crore or 75 lakhs or 50 lakhs in the previous financial year, or the persons whose turnover is up to 1.5 crore, 75 lakhs or 50 lakhs in the current financial year are eligible to take the composition scheme, and they may or may not be. Like the option is given to the registered person to take the composition scheme or not. If he is required to take the ITC, he is required to opt for the composition scheme, he needs to be intimated before the commencement of the current financial year. And for eligibility sake, he needs to take the aggregate turnover of the previous financial year and the aggregate turnover of the current financial year in order to take the composition scheme. Next, once he crosses his turnover of the 1.5 crore or 75 lakhs or 50 lakhs, he may voluntarily withdraw of the composition levy. From next year onwards, he is not eligible to continue as a composition dealer. Next, and for calculation, what are the states where 75 lakhs is eligible and what are the states 1.5 crore is eligible? For 75 lakh states, 8 states are there. That is M cube ANTUS. That means M cube means Mizoram, Meghalaya, Manipur. A means Arunachal Pradesh. N means Nagaland. T means Tripura. S means Sikkim. U means Uttarakhand. Okay. And 1.5 crore is eligible to the HOJA. HOJA means Himachal Pradesh, other states, Jammu and Kashmir, and Assam. And next thing is, what is meant by the aggregate turnover? Aggregate turnover means the turnover and pan wise, that is all India basis and not state wise. Whereas the aggregate turnover includes the taxable, interstate and exempt and export supplies too, but excludes the inward supplies on which we need to pay the tax under the RCM. And second one is the GST. And important notes regarding the aggregate turnover is, it includes the supplies made on the basis of the principal, on behalf of the principal. It includes the supplies made on behalf of the principal. And second one is the supply of goods by the registered job worker included in the aggregate turnover of the principal. And third one is outward supplies, tax payable under the RCM included in aggregate turnover. Next one is composition scheme. Composition scheme, once opted, the person is not eligible to take the ITC on the input goods and input services, and cannot take ITC on the RCM tax paid also, and he is not eligible to collect the GST from the customers, and he can issue the bill of supply, and he is not eligible to issue the tax invoice. Next one, the persons who are eligible are categorized into 3. One is manufacturer, trader, and third one is restaurant or catering services. Manufacturer needs to pay the GST at the rate of 1%, that is 0.5% of the CGST, 0.5% of the SGST. Whereas the trader needs to pay the GST of 1%, that is 0.5% of the CGST and 0.5% of the SGST. Here we need to remember one thing, that is in the case of the manufacturer needs to pay the tax on total turnover, whereas the trader is required to pay the tax only on the taxable supplies turnover. And restaurant and catering services are also being needs to pay the tax at the rate of the 5%, that is 2.5% of the CGST, 2.5% of the SGST on the total turnover. Okay. The whatever the tax paid under the compensation scheme is from the own pockets, that is own obligation, cannot be collected from the customers. And second one is the next thing is the MTR. Whatever we have discussed, some important points there regarding the manufacturing, trader and the restaurant services. One is can provide to supply of services up to, and those persons who are eligible for the compensation scheme in the form of the manufacturer, the trader or the restaurant services can provide supply of services up to the 10% of the total turnover or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher. And after while calculating those turnover, we need to exclude the interest and discount part. And the payment under the compensation scheme needs to be paid quarterly basis by the 18th of the next month after completion of the quarter. And return needs to be filed in the GSTR 4 annually by 30th of April, and annual return needs to be filed in the form of GSTR 9A by 31st December. And the compensation taxable person compensation scheme, under the compensation scheme, whoever are taken the compensation scheme needs to be mentioned in their bill of supply, stating that we are the compensation persons are not eligible to collect the GST from the customers on the supplies made. And the intimation, whatever we discussed, if you wanted to take the compensation scheme, you need to intimate in the CMP02, not registered to file every year for the continuation of the same. And next thing, section 10 subsection 2A. Section subsection 2, ineligible under section 10 subsection 1 if manufacturer of the palm masala, aerated water, ice cream and other edible oil and tobacco, fly ash, bricks, blocks and aggregates and bricks of the fossil meals and similar siliceous earth, building bricks and earthen and roofing tiles. And next one is the persons who are supplying the interstate outward supplies of the goods and services, whereas even though those are the taxable supplies or exempt supplies, and not even the branch transfers are eligible. Next, supplier of the non-taxable goods or services plus supply to the non-resident taxable person or the casual taxable person, and supplying of goods or services through the e-commerce operator who are liable to deduct the TCS, and services provided except the restaurant or catering services, and whose supply of services is up to 10% of the turnover or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher. And we have discussed about that. Next, we are going to discuss about the section 10 subsection 2A, that is the option to the registered person with aggregate turnover of less than 50 lakhs can opt for the compensation scheme, even though if he is ineligible under section 10(1) and section 10 subsection 2. He can pay the tax at the rate of 6% of the turnover in the state or union territory. For that, he needs to satisfy the following conditions. One is, he is not manufacturer of the goods or supply of services. Those are not notified by the government and not engaged in the making of interstate outward supplies of the goods or services, not engaged in the supply of the non-taxable supplies of goods or services, neither a casual taxable person nor a non-resident taxable person, not supplying the goods or services through the e-commerce operator where he is liable to deduct the TCS. And next point, we have discussed about the 10 section 5. Proper officer has a reason to believe that the composition person reason to believe that he is not eligible under the composition scheme or contravention of any provisions of the composition scheme. He may issue the so-called notice in the format of CMP05, and registered person needs to reply to those notice within 15 days in the form of the CMP06. Once the reply is received, proper officer needs to issue a order in 30 days in the form of CMP07, and after deciding the proper officer may allowing that person to continue as a composition dealer, or he may denying the composition scheme from the date on which the contravention happens. If the composition denied, then the person who has taken the composition scheme needs to pay the difference tax and penalty, and the provisions of the section 73 and 74 of the CGST Act shall apply mutatis and mutandis. Okay, next, last thing. We have made a simple differences between the normal levy and composition levy basis. Levy section, under normal levy, under normal scheme, levy is as per the section 9 of the CGST Act, whereas in the case of the composition scheme, section 10 of the CGST Act will be applicable. And GST rates, under the normal scheme, GST rates are 5%, 12%, 18%, 28%, whereas the composition scheme, the GST rates are 1%, 1%, 5%, 6%. And the payment, under the normal scheme, payment will be done on monthly basis by 20th of the next month, whereas in the composition scheme, the payment will be done by quarterly basis by the 18th of the next month. And the return, under the normal scheme, we need to file the monthly return of GSTR 3B and annual return of GSTR 9, whereas in the composition scheme, the return will be in the form of the GSTR 4 on 30th of April, and annual return in the format of the GSTR 9A needs to be filed on the December of next year. Document, under the normal scheme, the document issued to the recipient is the tax invoice, whereas in the composition scheme, the document issued is the bill of supply, ITC. Under normal scheme, the ITC can, the registered person can avail the ITC, whereas under the composition scheme, he cannot avail the ITC and he needs to pay the GST in cash. Okay. Hope this video is helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you are benefited from these videos, I hope you are benefited from these videos. And if you have any suggestions to or any doubts to ask, please comment below, and we will happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.